Hello all. In this lecture, I will discuss about the construction of DFA that accepts the set of all strings ending with 00 over the alphabet 0, 1. So first let us list the sample strings that will be in the language. The simplest string can be 00. I can have 000, 4 zeros, 10, 00, and 100, 1010, 00, and so on. So all these are the sample strings that can be in the language. So one thing to note is that every string should be ending with 00. All the strings should be ending with 00. Prior to 00, I can have anything. So this is going to be the sample strings, and we are going to construct an automator for that. So we will have a state, we call it as a starting state, and from that state we will read a 0 and I'll reach another state. From this state we can read a 0 and move to another state. So these three are the states. I can name it as A, B and C. This is automata which will accept the simplest string 00, and since this string is accepted, I can make the state C as a final state. So final states are marked using double circles. And now I have to check for all the other combinations. Possible inputs we have to take into account. So therefore, from state A for a 0, we move to state B. From state A, if I read a 1, then I should be in a state in which if I read a 00 again, I can go to the final state. Okay, so therefore, when I read a 1, I should be in the state A because I have to read a 00 again. So I will be in state A when I read a 1, so that I can read a 00 again and reach the final state. Now from B I am reading a 0, I am reaching the final state. When will I be in state B? Only if I read a 0 already, I will be in state B. So after reaching B, if I read 10, then I can go to the final state. But if I read a 1 in between, I should not reach the final state. I should go to a state where I can read a 00 and reach the final state. Among the states A, B and C, from which state can I read a 00? From state A. So therefore, from state B for the input 1, I can go to state A. And then from state C. So state C will be reached only if 2 consecutive zeros are read. Only if 2 consecutive zeros are read, I will be in state C. What if I read a 0 from state C? If I read a 0 again, ultimately the string ends with a 00. So it should be accepted. Hence, from C for the input 0, I can stay in C itself. But I have already read a 00 and I am in state C. Now if I read a 1, the string doesn't end with 00. So if I read a 1, I should go to a state where I can read 00. Where can I read 00? I can read 00 only if I am in state A. So therefore, from C for the input 1, I make a transition to state A. So now we have completed all the inputs for all the states, and this will be the final automata. This automata will accept the set of all strings that ends with the 00. So if we want to write the functions, delta transition function will be like delta of A comma 0 is B, and delta of A comma 1 is A. From B for a 0, I move to C. So B comma 0 is C. Delta of B comma 1 is A. And then delta of c comma 0 is c, and delta of c comma 1 is a. So all these are the transition function, and the 5 tuple notation can be given as, we have the DFA as DFA Q is equal to, first we have the set of all states, which is A comma B comma C, and then the set of all input symbols, which are 0 comma 1, and delta is the transition function we have defined over here. Starting state is A and the ending state is C. We have only one ending state, it is C. Okay, now if we check the input, say 11100, from A, when I read 1, I'll be in A. From A, I will read 1 again, I will still be in A. And from A, I will read a 0, I move to state B. From B, when I read a 0, I move to state C. And there are no more inputs to read, and hence this input is accepted. What if I have another input, say 1001? Okay, so I will be in state A, I read a 1, I will be in state A. And from A, I read a 0, I go to state B. From B, I read a 0, I go to state C. From C, I read a 1, I go to state A. And now the input is complete, and hence the state A is not a final state, and hence this will not be accepted. So this is not a valid string which this automata will accept. So this automata will accept all those strings which will end with the 00 here. Hope you understood. Thank you.